Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my classroom. Today, we are going to learn about quantitative adjectives. Количественные прилагательные. That means they answer the questions how much, how many, сколько, сколько. All right, let's get started. Let's start by learning the numbers. If you already know, then that's good, but let's review just in case. Numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is numbers 1 through 10. These ones are usually used a lot, so make sure you remember these. When to use quantitative adjectives. You use them with numbers, 1, 2, 3, and so on. You use them with amounts, some, many, a few, and so on. Countable, versus uncountable amounts. I will explain this one in a little while. It is kind of difficult, so don't worry, I will explain that. Right now, I'm going to give you some help for amounts. You don't always want to use many. We have other words to describe these words. For example, you can say, instead of many, here's many. Another thing that works is a lot. A lot. Many, a lot. It's the same, means the same, just gives you more natural English feel to switch these up every once in a while. Here's an example. I have many dogs. I have many dogs. You can also say, I have a lot of dogs. And another one is several. Several is another word for many. You could change it here, and instead of saying many, you can say several. I have several dogs. It would mean the same thing. All right, let's go back to countable versus uncountable. We're going to start with countable. Countable means it has singular and plural forms. For example, 1 apple, 2 apples, a book, 3 books, an idea, many ideas. Countable uses few a or an, many, or the number of whatever you're talking about. This is countable. Now let's talk about uncountable. This is uncountable. For uncountable adjectives, there's no plural form. They don't use a and an. Here are the kind that they are: water, information, advice, money, and time. They do use much, little, the amount of, and less. This is uncountable. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll help you the best I can. Now, let's see why this comparison matters to you. The reason this comparison, countable versus uncountable, matters is because we use different words when we're explaining different amounts, different quantities. Here are some examples. For large quantities, for countable, it is many. Many. For large quantity, for countable, it's many. For uncountable, it is the word much. For large quantity, for countable, you would use many. For uncountable, you would use the word much. Now, small quantity. For countable, we use few. But for uncountable, we use little. Small quantity, countable is few. Uncountable is little. And lastly, comparison. When you are comparing two different things, we use fewer for countable and less for uncountable. For comparison of things, you use fewer for countable, less for uncountable. This is why it matters. I will give you some examples. Here are the examples of why this matters. Here are incorrect examples of countable and uncountable. Less emails. It's wrong. Fewer information. That's also wrong. Do you know why? Do you remember the words you're supposed to use for countable and uncountable? If you don't, make sure you go back a little bit and take a picture of the information right before this. That will help you practice and memorize so that you can tell when a sentence is right or wrong. Now let's look at correct examples. I have fewer emails today. That is a correct form of a countable sentence, a countable adjective. I have less work today. This is a correct sentence for an uncountable adjective. Do you see the difference now? I sure hope so. Let's continue with the lesson. Now, I'm going to tell you the quantitative adjective word order rule. First, quantity, quantity, then descriptive adjective, descriptive adjective, and then the noun. You should already know what this is because of last lesson. If you don't know what a descriptive adjective is, make sure you go back and listen to the previous episode. I describe what they are in great detail. You will need to know this in order to use any of the other forms of adjectives there are. So make sure you listen to that episode if you have not learned what a descriptive adjective is. Now, here are some examples. Many people. A few apples. Some water. 3 big dogs. Only one of these used the descriptive adjective. Do you know which sentence it was? If you said the last one, you would be correct. Now, let's play a game and see what you have learned. I will show you pictures with groups of objects. Your goal is to guess the quantities, and then I will give you the correct answer after you have tried. Are you ready? Let's do it. Here's your first picture. Make your guess now. I have 3 books. That is the correct answer. Did you get this one right? Let's do another one. Here is your picture. Take a guess at how many quantities are in this one. There are 2 small kittens. Did you get this one? Here's the last one. How many quantities are in this picture? The forest has several trees. Did you get this one? It might have been a little difficult, but I'm sure you could do it. Now here's your homework. Describe your kitchen using 3 quantity phrases. Here are some examples. I have a stove. There are several cabinets in my kitchen. Now it's your turn. Make sure you practice, and if you haven't learned what descriptive adjectives are, make sure you go back and listen to that video as well. Until next time, goodbye.